Poop, 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 poop. Yo, what is up, guys? It's your boy Silver Cow. Welcome to today's video. Thank you guys so much for clicking on it. It does mean a lot. So we got COD news. So much COD news today. It's such a great day for Call of Duty fans. I'm so excited to share. We have multiplayer news, multiplayer beta, Warzone 2.0, DMZ, Spec Ops, Ground War, Invasion, if you know what that is, all kinds of different stuff. I'm not going to react to the video because I was watching everything at work earlier today. So we're just going to be talking about all the news that they talked about and kind of covering some of the hot topics. So without further ado, let's get right into it. It looks like we will not be getting a traditional mini-map, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like, yeah, Mavis, I'm pissed, I know. It looks like we're going to be going back to the Modern Warfare 2019 style of minimap where it's just kind of there and doesn't really do much for you in any way, shape, or form. Unless you have a UAV going, of course. But moving on to some of the perks, it looks like the perk system kind of got overhauled just a tiny bit. We're going to start off with 2 base perks and then have 2 additional perks to earn throughout the multiplayer experience. Kind of like a traditional specialist feel from back in the day where you would start off with a couple of perks, and as you get kills throughout the map, then you start earning more and more perks until you eventually earn specialist. This isn't a specialist though. You will only have 4 perks, starting off with 2, earning 2 during the game. So you start off with 2, you earn 1 with a few kills, then you earn your second one with a few more, then leaving you off with 4 kills. And I did see throughout some gameplay that Last Stand has made it back into Modern Warfare 2. Woohoo, you know? Yeah, that was a very sarcastic woohoo. Last Stand, yeah, is back in the game, and it looks to be in that 4th perk slot, so you will not get it right off the rip. You will have to earn it throughout the match, giving you that Last Stand option. So that's cool. I kind of dig that perk overhaul system. You know, we'll have to see what perks they include. I know perk overhaul system, then comes some new items. They added an inflatable decoy, which acts as kind of like a mine. Like you put it down and you walk into a room and it blows up like an inflatable and you shoot it, you know, kind of scares you, startles you. Might be fun, you know. They added a shock stick is what they're calling it, and it looks to be kind of like the Black Ops 2 version of the shock charges, where you kind of chuck them and they electrocute you a little bit. Might even stop vehicles, I'm not sure. Another piece of equipment they added is called the DDoS, and it works like kind of like an EMP almost, where you set it off and it disables all electronics and enemy equipment within the vicinity, you know, allowing you to infiltrate a building of campers. You know, they've set up claymores and betties. I hear it even disables vehicles. I don't know if it'll stop you from using equipment, but it'll turn off and disable all the equipment in play and currently like on the field, right? Like that you've put down and placed. Next, they did touch up on the maps a little bit and kind of told us, because the whole stream, they kind of did a good job of emphasizing these really big maps and these really expansive spaces that they've built for Warzone 2 and DMZ and Ground War. And for the 6v6 maps, they're going to be a lot more close quartered and more centered on faster gameplay. They're a lot more vibrant and they look nice. You know, there's a lot of color to them, not just browns and greens, you know, that we're used to. It's going to be a lot more vibrant stuff. So that's honestly really good news for the multiplayer side of it, because honestly, I hate a big map in 6v6 because I want to get in the action. I want 3 people pushing me at the same time, you know, like I'm not trying to take 1v1s from across the map. At least for 6v6 arena style, like that's my personal preference. So I'm glad that they are focusing more on some fast-paced gameplay for the multiplayer side of it. Next thing they went ahead and announced to us is third person. So they're bringing third person to Call of Duty. Honestly, it looks pretty dang cool. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like it intrigued me a little. I'm excited to play it. From what I understand, it's gonna be a multiplayer thing. So they're gonna be able to bring in kind of different modes. So, you know, they'll have LTMs like third person hardpoint or third person search and destroy, you know, etc, etc. I'm excited to see that variety come through for the LTMs throughout the season, because honestly, yeah, that third person mode looks exciting and it looks different and it's a different way to play, and I you know, different ways to play are always fun and keep you engaged. So I have the hiccups all of a sudden. Guys, we can't forget about the movement. Can we slide cancel? No. As far as we know, and as far as the people who have played the game so far, slide canceling is not a thing. The sliding itself, you know, you can get out of situations and use it defensively, but it is slow to bring your gun up and not really to be used in a gunfight. You can dolphin dive. You can ledge hang, like legit, you know, hang off a ledge. It also brings up possibilities for different mantling spots, you know, because as far as I understand, like you can now kind of jump up and grab a ledge, you know, where before I feel like I'm always jumping, trying to get up to a ledge and I can never make it. You know, I always think I can jump higher than I actually can. So this is going to be cool. It opens, you know, different jump spots and different opportunities to kind of peek and get information. So the ledge hang is going to be pretty cool, in my opinion. Right, Mavis? We're excited. And then last but not least, for the multiplayer side at least, I guess this could be Warzone 2, either or, but they added an in-game cloud-based chat. So you're going to be able to party up with your friends in-game, you know, kind of like a Discord or a PS party chat. You know, you'll be able to join a private chat with your friends from different platforms and kind of have your own little space to chat and communicate for in-game comms. So that's pretty cool. You know, quality of life, stuff we didn't know we needed. All right, guys. And so next, I know what most of you guys want to see. Warzone 2.0 coming out on November 16th. A mere, like, what, 2.5 weeks after release? Oh, yes, baby. It's here. Al Mazrah, finally. This map looks like a banger. Quarry Terminal, just off the top of my head. It's their biggest map to date, coming out on November 16th, 2.5 weeks after release. Like, what? How am I supposed to unlock Damascus? First and foremost, revamped ground loot. Starting from the bottom, ground loot's been revamped, as in kind of, you still have your traditional boxes, right? But the way you find ground loot, it's going to be placed on shelves, you know, more PUBG, more Blackout style, you know, where it's on shelves, it's on desks. When you walk into a bathroom, you open up the medicine cabinet, there are some meds for you to take. They went ahead and spread, you know, made it make sense, right? Made it make sense. They put cash in CAD registers, cash in banks. They put stuff where you'd probably find it. You walk into a hardware store, you look on the shelves, you're probably finding some armor plates and maybe a grenade. You kick open a toolbox, look at that, there's another grenade. I don't like when there's just ground loot all over the place. I can't pick up my gosh dang gas mask, you know, so this is going to be good to just kind of relieve a little bit of clutter on the ground. There's still ground guns. You can still find weapons on the ground and stuff like that. It's just things are going to be placed in places where they make sense. And, you know, you'll actually have to look up on the walls for once to try and find some stuff, you know, and who knows, you may see some other stuff, right? With the ground loot comes backpacks. They added backpacks into the game. So now you'll have your main loadout, which we're all used to, right? Now you can have a backpack to carry some extra grenades, maybe some extra ammo, and some extra heals. And I'm pretty sure there's multiple levels of backpacks. With backpacks also come different sizes of plate carriers. So while I was watching some gameplay, I noticed that some people were only putting 2 plates and other people would have 3. But the plate would be a different color, the plate, so everyone starts off with 2, as we're used to, right? We always spawn in with 2 plates, not 3. But now you won't just be able to pick up a 3rd plate and put it right in. You'll have to find a 3-plate carrier in order to equip that 3rd plate. So that kind of adds a little bit to the RNG aspect, you know, like you could fight someone right off the rip who found a 3-plate carrier, you know, and they smoke you because they had an extra plate. But vice versa, you get lucky off the rip and you find a 3-plate carrier and Bob's your uncle, you know, you're cooking with fire at that point. Guys, dude, the next thing I'm excited to talk about, proximity chat. Proximity chat is making its way into Warzone 2. Oh man, is this exciting. Mainly for content, right? And for the trolliness in us all, because we've all had that dream of being at the bottom of the stairs of the stairs you know you have to go up in order to kill this guy who's at the top. Finally, I can talk the shit before I go up there, and maybe he kills me, or maybe he doesn't kill me, and I smoke him, and I still talk smack, and he knows I'm better than him. That sounds fantastic. Guys, Gulag is 2v2, and let me tell you, I don't know how I feel about this one. I didn't get to play it, so I don't know for sure. But the idea that I have to rely on a random person in the Gulag just to inevitably have to 1v2 my way out of this Gulag sounds like a pain in my ass. Strongholds are going to be coming into the game, which are going to be points of interest throughout the map, right? That are protected by AI. And if you go in, you smoke the AI, you clear out the base, then you'll get some high quality loot. You know, you'll get some really rare stuff, maybe some score streaks, maybe some high level backpacks, heck, maybe even a 3-plate carrier. I feel like I said 3-plate carrier so many times. 3-plate carrier, 3-plate carrier, 3-plate carrier, you know? So innovation was a big thing for Infinity Ward going into this game. So they wanted to reimagine how circles work, you know, and how endgame kind of feels in Warzone 2. So they did something kind of nutty, honestly. They added 3 multiple circles to the circle. What does that even mean, huh? So what this means, guys, is when you get to this point in the game, the circle closes and it's gonna close in, and when it finishes that circle, it's gonna then split off into 3 individual circles, which will then have their own cycle, close up, shorten, get smaller, and eventually all close in on themselves and reform one circle. You may choose a hotter circle than another. Maybe this circle you got 3 teams of demons, where this other circle nobody's in it, and you just kind of have a free ride. I'd prefer to fight the demons personally, because you know, you keep the gunny hot. I personally think it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be kind of exciting that for those first couple of times when that circle splits, and then you know, that anticipation as the 3 circles are merging together and you're watching teams kind of sprint towards the main circle. It's gonna be fun. Guys, we already know the vehicles are making their way back into the game. The helicopter works a little different. You can actually get in the helicopter and kind of walk around, and it's weird. Like, you can walk around in the helicopter and stick your gun out the back and just run and jump. You know, it's a little different, but I kind of like it. You know, it adds a little pizzazz to riding around in a helicopter. You're not just sitting there watching your homie pilot, you know, and hoping they don't run into a building. But if I'm inside the helicopter, how can I see if they're going to run into the building? I don't know. It adds a crazy dynamic, I'll tell you what. But vehicles in this game, including ground vehicles, boats. Do boats run out of gas? Do I have to pull a boat into a gas station? What? So you're going to have to pull into a gas station and fill up your car. It eliminates the whole driving around, you know, endlessly with the trophy on your vehicle. They also added the ability to repair your vehicles. If I damage the crap out of your vehicle and you kill me, you just go on there and repair it with a wrench and you're good to go, and you're hooting and hollering off there to the kill races. Let's go, yeah! So I don't know how I feel about that. That's kind of like a mixed bag right there. On one side, they can't drive around because they got to fill up all the time. On the other side, they can drive around all the time because they can repair their vehicle. What? Last couple of things. The shop got kind of a makeover, right? They added a few things to the shop, so now you'll have your traditional items, you know, like your armor and ammo boxes, your squad buybacks, your score streaks, but then they also added loadout items, is the way they put it. So potentially you can buy your primary, secondary, you know, you can buy a perk or 2 potentially. No, they did not confirm that. I actually didn't get to see the inside of a buy station. We'll take that with a grain of salt until we actually see it in game ourselves. Looks like the shop's gonna have a little more to play around with, a little more to interact with, so that's always nice, right? A little more options to buy, a little more options to customize how the game works out. Oh, dude, I almost forgot. They nerfed heartbeat sensors. Hallelujah! They put a battery on heartbeat sensors. Thank God. You can't spam them. You can spam them, but then you won't be able to spam them because they'll run out. They did not clarify if there will be lootable batteries to replace your batteries with, or if once it runs out, it's just garbage, kind of like a gas mask essentially. You know, once it's out, and it just breaks and you need a new one. So guys, last thing is we didn't see a loadout. I watched a bunch of streamers. I watched a lot of the stuff that the casters and stuff were talking about, and we didn't see a loadout. One of the developers did mention that this was an alpha build of Warzone 2.0. So this is a very early state of what we're going to see. So there's still a lot that they've probably have changed already. He did not confirm that we will more than likely see loadouts in the final build and in the final game. Hopefully we see loadouts, because loadouts are a staple of Warzone, and it's what makes Warzone Warzone. You better have loadouts, Infinity Ward. I will cry. Alrighty guys, and that is all of the news I got. At least all of the news that I kind of gathered throughout my workday. I wanted to get this video out to you guys as soon as I could. Be sure to drop a like and or subscribe. It does mean a lot, and we're hoping the channel grows. We got a lot of COD news to cover in the coming weeks, coming days with the beta. You're going to see some gameplay on this channel. So you love to see that. I love you guys. I'm your boy Cal, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.